here I am with another layout in the Simple Folios Style 4 featuring the 80s collection. This is such a wonderful folio. It's a great design. It has all sorts of wonderful and valuable nuggets in here in terms of tips, tricks, ideas. One of the most valuable ones, I believe, is matting a larger album using a smaller paper collection. What does that mean? This folio measures 9 inches in length, and we're using an 8x8 paper collection for this. So if you have smaller format paper collections and you want to use those up, you need ideas on how to use a smaller paper collection to mat larger albums. This is a project for you. We're doing this throughout the album. There's, again, lots of great ideas in here. I'd like you to watch this video completely before you start matting, because I changed things and I left the mistake. I shouldn't say the mistake. I left what I felt to be an error during this matting process in, so you can see how to fix it if you do it. The likelihood of you doing this same thing is very high. And what am I talking about? I initially put these closures on every single one of these interactive elements here. So this was here, this was also here. And then when I closed it, they were bumping into each other, which created a lot of bulk right here in this page, which made it look super weird. So see this? See that? It was almost like that because they were on top of each other. So I took them apart and I did something different. I did a different closure. And I want you to be able to see that, okay? I don't want you to think, and I'm going to show you how, and I also show you how to cover this, okay? I don't want you to think that it's always perfect, right? Everything that I do is boom, bam, perfect, done. I pick it, it's done, right? I'm committed to it. No, it is not. So after I did all these closures, install the eyelets, I had to take it out because it just wasn't what I call functional. So it turned out even cuter. We have this super fun interactive element here with the Polaroid camera. We have these swing closures here that will allow us to open these up nice, super fun and easy. And it just turned out really fun. So I'm happy, I guess it was meant to be, guys, meant to be. And why can I not get this in there? There we go. So it's really cute. It turned out adorable. We've got these side loading pockets here. Again, I showed you how to do mat this 9-inch piece with this shorter piece of paper. So just everything worked out. You can also add an additional element here if you wanted to, just to kind of make it super even more fun or exciting, right? This super cute Walkman here. Whatever you want, guys. You can even tuck little photo mats in here if you want to. It would be absolutely adorable. So let's take a look at the matting process for this one. Again, if you'd like to make this folio, the links are in the description box below. Enjoy this process. I think you're gonna get a lot from this video. All right, so let's watch. All right, so this turned out so good. I'm extremely happy with the placement now of my closures. It's a lot better than that big old gap that we had there. So as you can see, when there's a will, where there's a will, there's a way. All right, there is a way. Now, some of you may not be fond of this hole here. These types of things do not bother me. It kind of looks like something like this to me, like this little splatter here. I could take a stamp and create a little splat there if I want to, or just leave it alone because again, things like that do not bother me. It's a perfect little circle. It's fine for me. You can put whatever. You can put something else in there. Right now, I can't think of it, but you can put something else there if it bothers you. So you open this up, right? And then you have this because we made that big boo-boo there, right? So you can do two things. You can cover it with pattern paper, or you can make it an insertion point, sort of like when we make a slot, right? But instead, we're making an insertion point. So if you're going to cover this with pattern paper, then just tape around the perimeter and stick it down, right? If you're going to make it an insertion point, I personally prefer to have a piece of cardstock. All right, so I'm going to cut this little, just the yellow one out. And you know what? I'm going to use my knife for this because it's just easier for me. So I'm going to cut the yellow strip out. For an insertion point, I normally do not like to go, for something like this, I don't like to go over an inch. So I'm going to keep this at the inch so then I can use a piece of cardstock to highlight it even more. Okay, so there's that. And this would make a perfect little strip of paper, you know, for my striping. I like to call it striping. Right, so that would be perfect for another area. So, and you can do this to all of them, right? In all, I think in 2 places we had to do this, if I'm not mistaken. So then I like to cut a piece of cardstock 1/4 of an inch taller, not wider. I like you'll see. I don't know what's wrong with me, but sometimes I can't get my words out, so forgive me. It's easier for me to show than to struggle with what I'm trying to say. All right, so I like a border at the top and the bottom and at the bottom of the strip of paper. So I go a little bit wider, just a little, see that? So I cut it 1/8 of an inch, not a full 1/4 of an inch, just a little bit wider. So I can get something like that, okay? And actually, I'm going to go the full 1/4 of an inch and see what I like. See if I like that too. Because that may be something I like to see. Oh yeah. So I'm at 1/4 of an inch taller. And then I get 1/8 of an inch on the top and 1/8 of an inch on the bottom. All right. So I like that. And it's a little bit crooked, so I'll fix it with my knife. I'm going to glue this down, so it'll just be easier for me for the purposes of this video. And again, I like to do my glue around the perimeter of the decorative paper or the cardstock. I don't do it everywhere, all over the place. All right, so I'm finding my placement here. Nice, and then I'm going to cut that out because I'm super crooked. Okay, and I'm going to go the 1/8 inch right there and trim the excess off. Beautiful. And just a little bit wider there. I just want a little bit more than that 1/8 inch, so I want to clean that up a bit. I always say there's certain things I can live with and certain things I cannot. That one would drive me nuts. All right, I'm happy with that. All right, let's put that back. And then you want to do just glue there and glue there. Oh, I forgot to do one thing. For an insertion point, you have to cover up this little this here, because whatever you put in the insertion point, it's going to get caught. All right, it will get caught. And so you don't want to go over that, right? So I'm going to just cut a piece of P3 tape and put a little patch. And then that will be perfect. All right, I'm also going to trim my tails because I really don't need these long tails to get my little swing action there, right? Don't need that. So trim those off. And hopefully this is not perfect, wider than 1/8 of an inch. That way when you add something, you know, your little insertion, this here, it doesn't get, when you put something in this, it will not get caught. And all done. So there's ways around covering up your boo-boos, okay? There is so many different ways to cover up your boo-boos. So don't be afraid to punch a hole in a piece of decorative paper you already added, because you can cover it up, okay? You absolutely can. All right, so now we have a nice little insertion point there for smaller photo mats, or perhaps some journaling if you want to do that. You know, it's up to you. And look. Nobody would ever know that you change pretty much the design of this piece right here. So how fun is that? Very, very cute. See, and it covers up that little hole. So it's perfect, guys. So you're going to do that for both of these, or you can just put, again, a piece of pattern paper there. It doesn't have to be all the way across. All right. It can be just midway. Just a little decorative piece. Let's find a piece, Kathy. See? Done. You have to put nothing there. You don't have to make it super decorative. Nothing. You don't have to cut the tails off if you don't want. It's up to you. Okay? I personally do, because I think these are quite long. Depending on what you put there, that's how large, you know, if you leave the tails or not, that's how large your piece of paper will be. And there you go, my friends. Done. So one has an insertion point, one does not. Everything is good. Everything is good. And when you use glue, you have to hold it down so that it dries properly. All right. So there you have it, my friends. Forgive that. All right. And there you go. Done. All right. So those are all covered up and nobody knows anything. So super cute. All right, my friends, on to the next set of pages in the next video.